This storied house has seen some of the game's greats. Boz, Bradford, Peterson, and Stoops. Welcome, everyone, to Norman, Oklahoma, and the Palace on the Prairie, home to the Oklahoma Sooners. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the #1 team in the country, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, taking on another SEC rival, the Oklahoma Sooners. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Sooners will get us underway with the opening kickoff. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. And all eyes will be on this man because he is electrifying every time he touches the ball.
I mean, so much fun to watch. Can hit home runs, can make big plays. Everything in this offense starts with that grown man.
What I really like about him, too, is he's versatile, right? He can carry the rock, he can catch the football, he's good at blocking. This guy stays on the field for a reason.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field, get it to him early on the first drive, let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big game.
Snagged in the middle, it's Jones. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a team that was really motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
Quarterback moving. Finds a crease at the 20. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. Got his man out of the backfield. And this one will be stopped for no gain. And the Sooners want to crank the tempo.
On the play. Brings up second down.
They'll run it from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another.
And down he goes back at the 3.
One of the things I love about this defense is they're so versatile in ways they can get after the quarterback. In their last game, they came away with 5 sacks, came from all over the place. They got the win. So you know in this one, they're going to dial up a lot of different looks. It's going to be tough for this offense to try to keep their quarterback standing up straight.
And this punt will be down just inside the 30-yard line. Here come the Irish back on offense. They'll get this drive started from the 29. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gets it out fast. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Big time throwing that last play. You know, you think about great Notre Dame quarterbacks. I think back to a couple of Joes. Joe Montana, Joe Theismann. They'd love what they'd be seeing right now from this kid. He's got arm talent. He's got accuracy. And because of that, he gives this offense the ability to light up the scoreboard.
Good timing on the quick out. They make the stop after the catch and still some work to do to pick up that first down. Just going to keep it after the snap. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a first down. Offense in an empty set. A designed run for the quarterback.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. On the move. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. A run for the quarterback. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Irish! And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. They march 72 yards and finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. They're just about ready to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Sooner offense returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Makes his connection. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up. The Sooners racing to the line in the hurry-up. He'll put the tight end in motion. With jet sweep pass. Tackled, but he has a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The back goes in motion. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
It's a really nice job making the play. And you think about all the success they've had with Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts and Kyler Murray in recent years. But a big reason why those guys had success was they had big-time players in the perimeter.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. He is a menace rushing the passer. Career sack number 20.
I mean, some people just have a knack for getting to the quarterback. What a great job throughout his career. Getting there, getting him down, getting pressures. He has been a quarterback's worst nightmare.
I was just going to say, David, you don't sleep well as a quarterback the night before you have to play against this guy because he is going to sack you. That is a guarantee.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And they've been waiting for something good to happen with respect to getting after the quarterback, right? They're outside of the top 100 in the country in sacks per game, but finally now you see they're generating this pass rush. 3 sacks on the game so far.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And they'll line up from the 31 on first down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. Nice job to keep it himself, find the first down marker, and move the change for this offense. And it's another 1st and 10 play. The option look. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And offenses want to continue to feature the run. They want balance. Even if it's not super successful, you can take it little bit at a time just to keep that defense honest.
After the run, now to throw. It's complete to the right. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Notre Dame lines up quickly. Here comes the option. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
Good job by the QB there, using his cadence, using his clapping, trying to get this defense offside.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another 1st down. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Fires deep toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown, Notre Dame! On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they pushed the lead out a little further. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the finisher coming on that 42-yard touchdown toss. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the Oklahoma offense will go back to work. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
Now on the counter. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Running it to the right. They knock him down right there.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Fires deep on the run. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Sooners will call on their punt team. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Here come the Irish back on offense. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stopped.
He wants to go deep. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. Notre Dame right back to the line.
Well, even though that was an incompletion, I wouldn't be surprised if this secondary wants to start playing deeper cover.
Makes the grab on the left side. All kinds of running room. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5? And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So Oklahoma has it again, and here comes the offense. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game and you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's incomplete on 3rd down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. Tries to find a little more running room on that return, but he'll be stopped at the 36. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect it.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
The Irish have always been built on the run, but timely completions are important, like the great Tom Clements back in the day or John Hewitt.
Got to be clutch, right? Got to be balanced and got to find those moments where you can thrive. It's always a system, it seems like, at Notre Dame where it's been built around the run game and it's built around physicality, but they got to get that element of balance to really take off and get to that next level.
Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. He'll ride his man on the option. Now the pitch. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
And I like a little bit of this down near the goal line. I like getting the ball to maybe a wide receiver, a skill guy out on the perimeter as quick as you can. Because, again, all those big bodies come in on goal line situations. They're not going to let you run up the middle. Going to be really stout. So I like changing it up. Nice positive game. Didn't get the touchdown, but now you got a couple plays maybe you can.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Irish! And they take it in for 6 more points. And the extra point makes it 28-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Coastal Carolina answered the bell away from Conway today with an impressive victory. The Chanticleers knew the challenges awaiting them, and they met them head-on. Generally the mark of a really good team. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Oh, he's so hard to get on the ground. He's got room. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
Ooh, I like that option play. I'd keep running that too because it's obvious. The defense right now is really keying in on this running back. That was a big point of emphasis for them all week long in practice, and it's opening up holes now for the quarterback to run.
Handoff from the gun. Just enough room to gain a couple down to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
What a great job by this defense setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they built a lead.
They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. A first down run on the doorstep. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches. Second and goal coming up. They're going to run it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And on offense, you know this is 4-down territory. You have to come away with a touchdown. You're getting boat raced in this game right now, and you're going to have to make this possession count.
Yeah, definitely because of the slow start, now putting yourself behind the 8 ball. I think this offense is going to have to be...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. Never a doubt. Right down the middle.
How great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is on it.
Here come the Irish back on offense. On that last drive, defense had no idea what was happening, run or pass, and it wound up in the end zone, Jesse.
Yeah, you saw the experience in this offense that last drive, too, on that touchdown. Everybody on the same page. These guys have repped these plays over and over in practice and in games, and it's working, Dave.
Yeah, so I got to find a way to disrupt it. I got to find a way to maybe be more aggressive, maybe blitz, mess up this rhythm they got going.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the inside.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Zings it complete to the right. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. Throws to the wideout. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
Well, the quarterback knew where he wanted to go with the ball. His intended target just wasn't open, so the quarterback made sure he put that football in the stands.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Wells. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down. From the 30-yard line on 1st down. He's got his man. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receivers somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Off play action. And the quarterback is sacked. There are penalty flags down, but this might be doubly bad for the offense. I think the penalty might be on them. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Quarterback checking the play. On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. Wide open downfield. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. This offense has been a juggernaut, and they have a chance to pad their total just before halftime. On the option. Now the toss. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. See if they can get it done on 2nd and goal. Goes to the option. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 down, Coach, what are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The kick is up and good and put 1 more on the lead. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And it was finished off with a 2-yard touchdown toss. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Oklahoma offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
Yeah, I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Well, he comes up with the reception, but not a lot of room to run after that.
Yeah, and I like the QB doing this. I mean, I'm going to find ways to give him the football and see if he can make a miss. And I'm going to bet most of the time that my guy is a little bit more athletic than that defensive guy. Defense won this battle, but I like trying to get this guy the ball in space.
Ready to go here in the second half, and Notre Dame will kick it away. Inside the 20, chance for a good return. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Here comes the Sooner offense back onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
And he's ridden to the ground, but there's also a flag down. Let's check the call.
Holding, open.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. The offense lining up for a first down play. Give to the back. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down. Not easy to do.
They were all over him, nowhere to go as that third down play turned into a disaster. And the Sooners will punt it away on fourth down. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Fair catch called for and made. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute it.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Holding, open.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Line gets set, first down. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Avoids pressure. Looking for his man. And he got a hand in there, knocks it away, incomplete.
Great job by the QB just avoiding a negative play. I know you don't come away with a big completion, but he should have got sacked. I don't know how he was able to get out of that. Great individual effort by him.
And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose. Notre Dame lines up quickly. On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He's got an open man. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped.
Nice play design on that one. You make it easy for your quarterback, too, because it's easy to see what's happening right in front of you. Over the middle of the field, you can see where defenders are dropping. You can see where the soft spots are in zone coverage. And just a really nice job by the QB locating his guy and making an accurate throw.
Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. And the beatdown has ensued. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. After scoring that touchdown, they'll try to get it right back with an onside kick. He's able to grab the football, and the hands team gets the job done. Guys, we'll get another look at this Oklahoma offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this is a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Now the play fake. Unloads to the wideout. Pulls it in. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
And I tell you what, I know it's little when these QBs miss and the ball's not right to them, but man, it makes such a difference with yards after the catch, and in this case, even catching the football. It was just a little bit off, and it just made it a little bit difficult for his wide receiver to try to make the catch.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're 3rd and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage, so everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Knocked it right through, showing that big range from 48 yards out.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. Here come the Irish back on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Open runway ahead. And he'll go out of bounds, and this aerial attack just continues to carve this defense into tiny slices. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Notre Dame right back to the line. Little touch pass to the receiver. Across the 45. And he will finally go out of bounds after another big gain, and they are absolutely gashing them with this running game.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got some room to run. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but returns will improve this field position.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
From the gun, running back gets to give.
I think one of the hardest things to do is stick to the run when it's not working. But it's those runs right there that are the reason why you have to do it, right? You can't get too one-dimensional. Keep slipping those runs in there. Keep getting a little bit of positive yards. Next thing you know, you look up and you might break one of those after you got them a little bit tired.
Makes the tackle at the 23-yard line. Give him 10 yards and enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. From the gun, running back on the move. Going to be a gain of about 3 down to the 21. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Just plowing down the field. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown Sooners!
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play. Notre
Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Moving past the 25. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down. An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Notre Dame lines up quickly.
And listen, they didn't get the huge play off of that, but I love the ability to show that and be able to show plays off of that jet motion and just show them you're willing to complete it. But, you know, get those little chunks at a time. It doesn't have to always be a home run. It's still a successful play.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Looking to throw it again. Fires to the wideout. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
Oh, man, the quarterback almost just threw his 2nd interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions have them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. Touchdown, Irish! And the punishment has been extended. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. He leaves it with his back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
The give on the inside. Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll go to the air. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it.
On to kick it away.
And there will be no return on this one, and he can't get it out of bounds. The ball will come out to the 20. Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and
Notre Dame.
the lead. Well, guys, so far, this has been a massive beatdown, and it would appear the biggest challenge is what kind of records can they set as we have a look at the 3rd quarter stats. Now on the option. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time, 2nd and 6. Notre Dame right back to the line. On the option. They get him stopped after a gain of 4 out to the 28. Looking for that 1st down on 3rd and short from the 28. He'll toss it. Still running at the 40. A tremendous run. He was full bore after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution. Notre Dame coming to the line with another 1st down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Jones.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Good pick up there. He gets enough for the 1st down.
And David, how demoralizing does it have to be for a defense when you know they're going to run it, everyone in the stadium knows they're going to run it, and still you cannot stop it?
There's nothing more demoralizing as a defensive lineman because it ticks you off. It gets in your head. You know that guy's going to come off and smack you, and you got to do something about it. I think the defense may be time to start committing more guys to stopping that run, not worrying about the pass as much.
Now the pitch. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And if this offense can keep that rolling, if they can keep the physical ground game and continue to add these plays up as they...
Going for it all. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the stomping has commenced. They build this 4th quarter lead, and they are just minutes away from going 5-0. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
That makes the score.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here come the Sooners ready to... They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board.
They gave themselves room to operate with that first play. Now 1st down from the 37. Makes a connection. He's off to the races. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Sooners are threatening on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it up the middle, trying to pick his way to the end zone. Not much room. He gets 1 down to the 7. 3rd and goal from way back there. From the gun, wants to pass. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls incomplete. So this field goal unit has been getting the job done. They've already made a couple here today. Good, right down the boulevard. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. Here come the Irish back on offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want them. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, running the football, because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Last run didn't get much. .26, here's 2nd and 9. They'll run the option. Quick toss. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense...
Makes the grab down the left side. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. A big explosive play carries them into plus territory. They'll snap it 1st and 10 from just across the 50. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion? 4 wide out set, 2 on either side on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He unleashes a long one.
This reminds me of the guy I used to play for in college down in Gainesville, the head ball coach. He used to like to do this. He would have big leads in the 4th quarter. He was still letting his QBs throw it deep down the field.
Every defense in the country. Offenses in predictable 3rd and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
Throws to the wideout. And it's knocked away. They'll give up the ball, failing. The Sooner offense returns to the field, looking for a productive play on 1st down. He's going to pass. He finds a dead spot in the middle. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
It's a nice adjustment by the defense here. With a big lead in the game, you're putting extra DBs on the field, knowing the offense has to throw to get back in this one in the 4th quarter. So your best cover guys on the field, and they force an incompletion on the last one.
You want to have a lot of success on defense, make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
Trying to get to it. Going to try to get it himself. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit.
This quarterback doing a lot of good decision-making on that last play. First off, nice job extending, but then understanding what the coverage was, understanding nobody's open, and then going, hey, look, I can go get this myself, and finally, not only am I going to get this 1st down, I'm going to take care of myself.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Swings it out to his running back. Tackled immediately after the catch.
And listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the...
And the pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. And the senior just snatched the ball out of the air and gave it back to his offense. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. There's been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse. Pulls it in on the left. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. A beautifully placed ball to the outside and the toe drag for the big pickup. Now we'll hang on here. The coach has called a timeout. He wants the officials to take another look. Thinks he's got a good shot at getting this one overturned. He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's looking to throw it. Fires to the wideout. Tosses it incomplete. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again after the incompletion. This one's complete. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
From the 17-yard line, it's 1st and 10. On the option. He'll do it himself. He'll toss it. Perfectly timed on that pitch, and they pick up the first down on the play.
That is just demoralizing if you're on defense, right? You're down in the game. It's the 4th quarter. You know you need to get a stop, and you know they're going to run the ball, but you can't do anything about it.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. Pre-snap motion quarterback trying to get a read. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. What a good job by the defense to force that play outside.
And it's tough when you're a defense and you like to play fast and aggressive. Those counter plays are usually something that's good to run at them. But if you can be smart and stay sound and stay home and understand when people start pulling your direction, forget the fakes the other way, you can stay home, be productive, get big plays like this for your defense.
Pulled down for the tackle. And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field, and they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. Boston College delivered the knockout blow early in this one, en route to the type of win that can turn some heads there in the ACC. Trust me when I say the party is on in Chestnut Hill. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Timeout called by the defense is their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. They're trying to get to it. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Here come the Irish back on offense. Satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Getting ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. It's complete. And they probably don't need to risk running a play here, but the head coach might want to rub it. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll try to follow that last touchdown with an onside kick. They'd hope to get that thing bouncing around, but the hands team is able to corral it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Here comes the offense on first down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Looking for more room. At the 30. Past the 10. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field.
And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout. Oh, they want the two, and the holder's going to try to throw it. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. And he's tackled and no chance to run it back, but the try fails. Now they'll try to get another possession with an onside kick. And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Going up top on first down. Unleashes one deep. And the pass is incomplete. They were going for the fabulous parting gift, but instead will just go home with a loss. This is what an elite